Hello. So I have my 2-year-old watching Coco Melon right now, right next to me. So if you hear some Coco Melon in the background, that's why I had to keep her happy just for this video. So the danger of a single story is that when there is a single story being told, especially when it's from a dominant cultural perspective, it steals people's humanity. This theft leads to misunderstanding, bias, prejudice, and inequality. The single story leads to stereotypes being applied that obscure and silence the voices of those from marginalized backgrounds. Chimamanda Adichie illustrates this in her TED Talk as she tells of her own experiences, both in humorous and serious ways. However, she also explains that while applying a singular definitive story to a people, it steals their autonomy and it shapes them into being something that they're just not. As a secondary English teacher, this concept is essential for me to understand and to apply within my classroom. Literature is never just about the words that are on a page. Um, it's a vehicle for identity and empathy and worldview. It broadens. If I only teach the classics from a Eurocentric canon, or if I fail to create space for student voices and authors from varied racial, cultural, and social backgrounds, I risk reinforcing the same single stories that Adichie warns us about. Instead, my classroom must elevate all stories. Black and Indigenous authors, queer voices, immigrant narratives, working class perspectives, and more. I want my students to see themselves reflected in the literature and to recognize the full humanity of people whose lives look very different from their own. We learn via exposure, we being all people. And even if we can't travel to meet these people and experience different perspectives and be exposed to more, we can still read about them and learn about the experiences in the writings of people who have come from all walks of life from all over the world. And understanding this also reminds me that I need to examine the assumptions that I bring into the classroom about my students, their home lives, their capabilities, and their values. If I enter my classroom with a single story of what a good student looks like, I am going to miss out on the brilliance and the potential of so many students just because they have quieter voices or they come from unconventional home lives or they have different experiences that could bring so much value into the classroom. So the danger, it's not just in the stories we tell, the singular story, but it's also in the stories that we don't make space to hear. So then my question is, in what ways can we empower students to tell their own stories and to help them see the value in their own lived experience? That their stories are important and they should be shared. All right. Thank you so much, guys.